Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. My name is Simon Quinn, the Director of Sales with CertaPro. Also with me, I have Nick Young, our ELink Product Manager. And together we're going to be talking about and demoing CertaPro's ELink software. So I'm going to provide an overview, and then Nick's going to get into the more interesting fun stuff, which will be a live demo of how ELink syncs between Magento and Sage 100. So as you will see, the functionality of ELink is basically to connect with Sage and allow your company to create an online business partner portal or a B2B, B2C website for your customers using Magento. And while this demo is for Sage 100 specifically, it does work with the other Sage products for 300, 500, and for X3. So what you'll see today is very similar to those platforms also. So often successful online businesses, whether you're selling B2C directly to consumers or B2B directly to businesses or distributors, or if you're doing both, you're going to reach a point where, these businesses are spending more time, spending more money managing data in both their web portal and in Sage. So you're managing product information, prices, stock levels, the customer information across, and web orders actually across two platforms. And that can be quite problematic. So it increases the risk of errors and omissions in both systems, and more importantly, affects your profit margins. So on the other hand, the integration does pay for itself, and the return on investment is realized over time. So with a Magento e-commerce platform that's integrated with Sage, using CertaPro's ELink software, this key information is now going to be synchronized between both systems. This reduces the time managing dual entry, it maximizes profits, and more importantly, it improves the overall customer experience and satisfaction. So CertaPro has created a product called ELink, and it's a syncing technology that is a powerful tool that synchronizes data both ways. So now your Sage product and customer information can now be updated to your business portal or web store 24/7. Online orders can now be created in Sage 100 and are ready to be processed within minutes. And all of this is completed without manually running any batch jobs or any other procedures. It's completely automatic. So with our software, the data flows between Sage 100 and the web store using an encrypted technology. So this makes your company's backend completely anonymous and secure, and all while being PCI compliant. So having an online store means that, or a business portal, if you will, means that you're open for business all the time. And CertaPro's ELink software now makes it approachable and affordable for your business to have an online presence. So let's take a quick step back before I hand this over to Nick. I just want to talk about what is Magento and why Magento. So fundamentally, Magento is an e-commerce platform, and the world's biggest brands love Magento for its flexibility, because today's consumers and businesses and their buying patterns are changing by the minute. Now, only Magento, which is also open source and scalable, can help you adapt and grow. There is a global ecosystem of over 150,000 developers. And with a Sage business partner like CertaPro, using Magento can boost your online sales while maximizing gross margins. Magento businesses, I should say, sell more at a lower total cost of operation. The Magento marketplace is the world's largest and most versatile. It offers customized and tested extensions. And Magento powers more merchants on the internet than any other platform. And this is why CertaPro is a Magento technology partner. So how does ELink actually work? So ELink is it's two parts. So one is an API that runs on top of the Sage server that allows us to talk to Sage using the Sage business objects. So basically with the ELink, if you go and create an order, it actually creates an order as if you're tapping through all the fields in Sage. So it just doesn't put data in a database. So if you have any business logic that's built into Sage, we're going to be following all of the same business logic with the ELink API. So it's going to basically load all of the customer defaults and populate all the fields that you expect to be populated. And Nick's going to cover this, and you will see this in the live demo. So I'm going to hand this over to Nick, our ELink product manager, who's going to perform the demo and show you how ELink syncs data from Sage 100 to Magento by performing a few transactions. Nick, over to you.
Thanks, Simon. Okay, so this is our Luma demo. This is just a default instance of Magento. So all we did is install Magento. I think it's 2.3 on this particular demo. And we installed our eLink enhancements and then linked the two together. So this is all out of the box functionality that you're looking at. So we're going to go ahead and go to a product page just so you can see the products. And I'll explain a little bit of what Simon was talking about just a minute ago. So all the products we can actually bring in from Sage. So you create a product in Sage, you click that you want it to be internet enabled, and we automatically can create that product in Magento. We'll bring over all of the information that we have available in Sage. So we'll bring over descriptions, we'll bring over the weights for the products. We'll bring all of the custom pricing over. So we bring customer prices, price levels, so all of your contract pricing, everything that you'll have inside of Sage for promotional pricing, everything. So that when the customer logs in, we're already logged in, we're actually seeing the price as it would be calculated in Sage. So you don't have to worry about entering prices in Magento or importing or exporting prices or anything like that. It's all automatic, and it follows the same structure that's inside of Sage. We also bring over inventory levels. So if you want to control in stock and out of stock on the website from your actual Sage inventory, you have the ability to do that as well. So I'll go ahead and go through the process of just placing an order. So we'll just grab a couple of products here from this page and add them to our cart. And we'll just go to the checkout so that I can just show you the process of actually exporting the orders to Sage and invoicing from that point. So when we get to the checkout, you'll see at the top of the checkout, we have the customer information. So we're bringing all of the customer information from Sage. If you have an existing customer in Sage, they'll get all of their addresses loaded automatically into Magento when you link their account or they sign up online. And so you don't have to worry about, if you have an existing relationship with the customer, they don't have to worry about re-entering all of their customers if they've already done business with you in the past. So we'll go ahead and just select the default shipping address that we have here. Click shipping, and then I'll go to the payment methods. So here's where we add a couple of payment methods to the solution. So we have credit card and bill me. Bill me is actually connected to the customer's payment terms in Sage, as well as the credit hold in Sage. So you can have it, your existing B2B relationship with them, they can check out on account, and this is basically their terms. If they are a new customer or they don't have terms or they're on credit hold though, this will just disappear and they'll be forced to check out with a credit card. So this is integrated with Sage as far as the payment method goes. For credit cards, if you're using any sort of Sage integrated payment processor, which the VIP team will go through that with you momentarily, we can integrate with the payments as well. So what we'll do on the web is we'll do a pre-authorization on the web, and then we'll actually bring that transaction token in transaction in with the sales order so that the actual capture happens during the invoicing process in Sage. So you don't have to worry about whether you've already charged the card but you didn't ship the merchandise, so you have to go refund or any of that. You'll be able to do a standard pre-authorization here to make sure the funds are there, and then you'll be able to actually charge the actual amount during the invoicing process. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and check out with the credit card so I can show you that process. Again, this is using the tokens going back and forth. So we're not actually storing any credit card information. This is going to go straight to the processor and get tokens back. So this is all PCI compliant, and we're not transferring any information back and forth between your Sage and Magento. So when we go ahead and place this order, we'll get a confirmation. And then I'll show you the Magento customer portal or customer accounts. All right, so once the order is placed, we'll go ahead and look at our customer account, and we can see on the customer account, if we go to the sales orders screen, that order went very fast. So normally that order would go up here in the pending orders until it actually exports to Sage. That order is already exported to Sage, so went faster than I could get here. So you can see down here, we have this order from today. and it's got a web order number. So this would normally go to pending orders, and as soon as it exports, it comes down to accepted orders where it gets the actual Sage information. So down here, you're looking at actual information from Sage. So we click and we view the sales order. All of this information is coming directly from Sage. So if in Sage we go and we change the quantities on products, or change the pricing, or even add or remove products, the customer is going to see that reflected here in their account as soon as that information syncs back. One thing you'll want to notice on the sales orders, we have this second order from October that doesn't even have a web order. We're bringing all of the transactions from Sage into the web, regardless of where they originated. So customer doesn't have to place an order on a web to be able to use their account online. So anything you do in Sage, it's going to be reflected in their account here as well. So we're going to go into Sage, and we'll go ahead and process that order. So if we look at the order in Sage, we've brought that web order number into here, so that your customer service is able to look up the orders by that confirmation number that the customer would have on their email, as well as the Sage order number if it's in their account. And when we open this order, this is what Simon was talking about. We're using the business objects when we create the order. So when we go in and we put the customer number on the order, it's going to load all of the customer's defaults into the form. So any customer defaults or scripting or business logic that you have built into this form, we're going to follow all of that. So you don't have to worry about, duplicating logic on the web and in Sage as well. So from there, we override all the fields that we need to that are related to that order. So we go and we fill in the ship to and bill to addresses. We fill in the products that are coming from the web. And then you can see everything is calculated as it would normally be. So over here, I did a credit card payment on the web. So here's that pre-authorization information. And again, this is just like you just entered the credit card information directly in on the form. So when we do the invoicing process and we post that, that's when it'll go and do the capture on that credit card. So we'll go ahead and go to the invoice data entry, and we'll just manually invoice this. If you're using any sort of shipping software such as Starship or anything like that, you'll create your invoice and invoice the shipping entry. We're going to grab the tracking information from the same fields, so you don't have to worry about that either. So we'll grab this sales order, we'll add our tracking numbers. So the integration with Starship or any shipping software will work out of the box as well. And we'll just go ahead and ship that complete and create our invoice. So now that the invoice is created, that's going to sync back to the customer's account on the web. We call this live syncing. We're using a syncing system so that you don't have to worry about if Sage is not available. You're doing maintenance on your database, your internet connection, your office is down, whatever reason, it can't access Sage. The customer has full view of their account still. They can come and print their invoices. They can make payments or create orders. You don't have to worry about the fact that your Sage isn't available. So I'll give that a minute to sync, and while that's doing that, I'll show you a couple of the features that we have built into the solution. One is our quick order form. So we went through the process of browsing the web. We choose the category. We selected an item. You could come search for items, etc. But our quick order form is more like a PO entry for your business customers. So your B2B, they're used to sending you a PO with SKUs and quantities and then placing the order. So here they can come in, they can type a SKU, or they can select from searching very quickly by SKU or name. So we'll just grab a couple of items and add it to the form. And then they can update the quantities and add these to the cart and checkout. This is integrated with Sage, so all the availability information will come from Sage. You can actually have it show this actual stock if you wanted to, or the standard in stock and out of stock that Magento provides. And all of their custom pricing comes here as well. So if they had quantity breaks for this, so say they ordered 10 and you get them a discount on here, if they put their mouse over here, they would see those quantity breaks, or if they changed the quantity, it would automatically adjust the totals. And when they hit add to cart and checkout, this goes directly to the checkout, so they don't have to worry about multiple steps, add to the cart, go to checkout, etc. This is going to go straight to the checkout and let them check out. So this is a very quick way for your repeat customers to enter orders and get them into your Sage system. And if we go back to our invoices, you can see we have that invoice that we just created. Here's this original sales order number. You can see the tracking number came over. Again, we bring all of the transaction history. So we have invoices that don't even have sales orders. Customer has those views in their account as well. And if we go view the invoice detail, you can see all of the information from Sage for the actual shipped items. So if we'd only shipped one of those items, it would only show what we actually shipped here. Last, you have, say, payments you have invoices that the customers need to pay. So you allow customers to check out on terms. You want them to go back and make payments online if they want. So here we have our payment section. Again, we bring all of the transactions from Sage. So customer sends in a check, they can come and look in those payments and see what invoices they paid with them. But they can also make a payment online. So if I go to make payments, I get credit card. If your payment solution supports ACH, you can do ACH where they can put in their routing and account number. And then if they save their credit card when they're checking out, or they add a credit card to their account, they'll be available here. If they need to add a credit card directly here, they can do that as well. So there's no need to actually have the credit card already saved to do this. From here, they can add from their open invoices. So we'll find all their open invoices, allow them to select them. Say they want to short pay. If you allow them to short pay, they can come and put in whatever amount they want, add that to their register, and place that payment. It's going to work much like the sales orders did. So this goes up to pending payments until it gets exported to Sage. This actually won't move down to payment history until you post it in Sage. So this is not applied to the customer's balance yet. So if their balance is wrong and they come and look, they know why. Oh, I have this payment, the pending payment that's not yet applied. So this will be exported to Sage as a cash receipt. It'll have already applied to the invoice the way that the customer is selected online. So there's no manual entry in Sage when it comes to this payment. So it's just a quick way to get your customers to actually pay their payments online. We have some other features. So this is a high-level overview of some of the features that eLink supports. We have other features like RMA. We have a multi-customer and salesperson extension. We have a customer custom products extension where you can limit the products that the customer sees by, custom products that are available to them. We have a fully integrated iOS and Android apps. So there's a lot of other functionality that we can show you in a personalized demo if you want to contact me or Simon to set that up. But I'm going to go ahead and pass this back to Simon. I appreciate everybody that is watching. And Simon, back to you.
Thanks so much, Nick. So lastly, I'll just wrap up with a quick minute wrap up here. So I just want to talk about what CertaPro can do for you. So we know that from our experience that no two websites or web portals are the same. For example, every site has a unique look and feel. CertaPro is not only a Gold Sage development partner, but we are also a Magento technology partner, and we have Magento developers in-house. So what that means is if you need an end-to-end e-commerce solution or a business partner portal, we can manage the entire process for you. If you just need the ELink software piece to connect Sage to your existing website, your existing Magento website, we can work with your Sage business partner or web development team to provide recommendations and solutions to get that accomplished. We work with many Sage business partners and their customers to meet all of their individual e-commerce needs. And again, as I said, this works with Sage 100, 300, 500, and X3. So I'm sure that there may be questions, and we'll attempt to get to all of them at the end of this call. But my info is up here. So as Nick had said, if you'd like to see a dedicated real-time demo of the transactional flow back and forth to Sage and do a much more in-depth demo, we can set that up for you.